Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another video. I'm filming a little impromptu video. This is a little impromptu declutter. I didn't necessarily plan on filming it, but I was looking through my collection and I had a few items that I put to the side that I was going to gift to some friends and family. So I thought that I would just show you my little basket of goodies. So I'm just filming on my phone in front of the front of my house, in front of a window. In our office area, and I thought that I would just show you what I got. So I'm gonna lay everything out. I'll go through what I'm getting rid of and why. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Kelly and I love all things makeup and beauty. I love talking, I love makeup, I love talking about makeup. So if you'd like to chat about makeup too, I would love to have you subscribe and be part of the K-Bella fam, but why don't we go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, so here we have everything that I am getting rid of. Like I mentioned, I am going to be passing these along to friends and family members, and I'm actually meeting up with a group of girlfriends tomorrow, and I was gonna let them pick through it. So first of all, I do have an eyeshadow palette. This one is the Jouer French Riviera palette. I got this palette, because I wanted to try out the Jouer formula, and you know, I wasn't really impressed. I thought this color story looked fun. I thought that I was going to enjoy it. This is more of an iridescent, doesn't really show up well. This green is nice and pigmented. The mattes I felt like were okay, but it's not a palette I reach for at all, so I figured I would pass it along. Then I have this palette right here. This is Jaclyn Cosmetics. This is the blush and bronzer duo. Mine is in the shade Pink Me Up and Warm Honey. And I got this, I thought that the quality was nice. I really did. I feel like it gives me a nice satin finish when I wear the blush and bronzer. The only problem is I really have to build up the bronzer, and the blush, although it is nice and pigmented, it's a pretty pink color and I don't really reach for it. So I thought the quality was nice. I liked the finish of it. I wouldn't be opposed to trying a deeper shade later on in the future, but I felt like this one was just too light, so I'm gonna pass it along. Then I have this Bare Minerals powder. It's the original Mineral Veil pressed powder in the shade Sheer Fair. And while I feel like this powder would work for my skin tone, I don't really use a pressed setting powder. I don't set my whole face. I just use like a translucent powder and set underneath my eyes. So this hasn't gotten any use. I thought I would pass it along. I have two Ofra products here. They are both the collaboration between Ofra and Samantha March. One is the bronzer in River, one is the blush in Chicklet. This one right here is the bronzer duo in River. Now I got these because I wanted to support Samantha, and I know so many people love this bronzer. This may be an unpopular opinion, but on me, it just pulls pretty orange. And because of my red hair, I don't typically go for an orange bronzer. I like more of not necessarily a cool tone, but at least a tan or a cooler bronzer. This one's pretty orange, so that's why I thought that I would declutter this. Plus, I do have her Life's a Draft palette, and it has the matte version of this bronzer in here, and I am going to keep the Life's a Draft palette. So I thought that I would get rid of the bronzer, and then this is the blush in Chicklet. I thought that this blush was nice. It was very pigmented. It was a nice, pretty pink shade. Gave me a little bit of a sheen when I would swirl the two together. But again, because I have the Life's a Draft palette, I have the bronzer, the blush, and highlighter in that palette, and I'm gonna keep those and pass these two along. I have this Bare Minerals bronzer. This one is in Kiss of Copper. I actually got this from a friend, and oh my gosh, to be fair, I really wanted to try this out. I really wanted to try the bronzers, but honestly, I think I've only worn this once or twice. I don't think I've worn it very often at all. I don't really reach for it. Copper is not typically a shade that I look for in a blush. I like more like mauve tones, so I just thought, why am I holding on to this if I'm not using it? This next product by LYS, I have tried several products from LYS, and I want to love them. I want to love them all. I want to love the brand. This is the highlighter in the shade Genuine, which is the rose gold. And I thought this highlighter formula was nice. The only problem is this shade is a little bit deep for my skin tone. It is a pretty rose gold shade. I chose the rose gold instead of the champagne because I thought, you know, I don't really have too many rose gold highlighters, but this still is a little bit deep for my skin tone. So I thought that I would just rehome it. Then I'm going to declutter this Glowish by Huda Beauty bronzer. This is in the shade 02 Medium. I didn't think this was bad. I thought it was a fine bronzer. I just had to build it up more than I prefer. I have so many good bronzers that I can just dip into and get amazing pigmentation. And this one, I really had to build it up. And so I found I wasn't reaching for it. I have another palette. This palette I have not touched. It is the Chocolate Brown palette by Huda Beauty. Beautiful, beautiful palette. Again, this was gifted to me from a friend. You can see it is absolutely stunning. It's a beautiful color story. It's definitely a Kelly color story. I took this from her, I accepted this from her because I thought that I was going to use it and love it and get a ton of use out of it. I haven't even swatched it. I've had it for probably almost a year now and I haven't used it at all, and I have so many palettes. So because it's such a neutral color story, I know that I have tons of friends in my life who really enjoy a neutral color story, and I feel like they would get more use out of it than I would. Then we have lippies. First is this Kaleidos Coconut Oil Lip Treatment. I got this for free when I purchased that Kaleidos blush, the Smoky Nostalgia collection, and I've actually never even used this. I'm not really into a lip treatment, and I have a couple in my collection already. So just because I wasn't using this, I thought before I even try to use it, I'll pass it along to a friend. I have 3 glosses that I'm going to declutter. The first is by Marc Jacobs. This is in Sugar Sugar. It's the beautiful neutral shade. It almost has like gold flecks in it. Now, I think that this is fine. I think it's a fine lip gloss. I just find that I'm not really using it. You can no longer get your hands on it. I used it a few times and thought that it was nice. I wanted this because Jaclyn Hill raved about it for so long. But if I'm not using it, why am I keeping it in my collection? And literally 2 weeks from today, on August 2nd, I'm having a baby and I don't want these to go bad and have me not use them. So we're gonna pass that along. This shade just wasn't for me. This was another one in collaboration between Ofra and Samantha March. This is the Peony lip gloss. It's just a pinky lip gloss, and I don't think I've ever worn it aside from swatching it. I mean, it looks almost clear. You can't even really tell. There's just a subtle pink tint right there, but if I'm not using it, why am I keeping it? I did get a little trio around Christmas time of the Lawless Forget the Filler lip glosses. I did give one to Smags. This is the pink one. I'm keeping the lighter one that's almost clear, like maybe a ballerina pink. I'm gonna keep that one. This one's a little bit of a deeper pink, and I just find that I'm not using it. I'm reaching for the other one. You guys can see the pictures of my daughter on my watch. I'm reaching for the other one and I'm not reaching for this one, so we're gonna pass it along. I have 2 liquid lipsticks. One is the Last Man Standing. Ooh, I just put my lip gloss all over this blanket. Okay, I had to wipe the lip gloss off since I got it on the blanket. This is the Jaclyn Cosmetics, what shade? Be Brave liquid lipsticks. I said that I wasn't a fan of these because they settled into my fine lines. I felt like they were comfortable. I really enjoyed the shades. I thought that they were, you know, nice looking liquid lipsticks until they dry down on your lips and they settle into every single one of my fine lines. And I have several of those, so I'm gonna pass this along. I'm also going to pass along my Ofra collab with Samantha March liquid lipstick in the shade Story. This is a deeper shade. It pulls very, very deep on me. It would be a great shade for fall, but honestly, I'm not reaching for it. Like I mentioned, I am about to have a baby and I just don't want these to go bad, so that is why I am deciding to pass them along. Now, if you've been here for a while, you know that my Dominique Cosmetics Pretty Natural Bullet Lipstick is like one of my all-time favorite nudes. This is in the shade She's a Tease, and I actually thought I was gonna like She's a Tease more because it's like a beautiful mauve shade, and I'm really into mauves. However, I don't find myself reaching for this one. If I'm gonna reach for a Dominique Cosmetics lipstick, I'm gonna go for Pretty Natural. So although I thought I was gonna like this one more, I don't, and it's not getting used. Then I have 2 lipsticks by Propa Beauty. I have gotten rid of a few of my Propa Beauty lipsticks. My daughter smashed a few. I'm keeping one, I'm keeping the shade Finesse, but I have Her Magic and Victress. I'm gonna go ahead and pass these along. I think the formula is nice. They do give you more of a satin finish. This one right here is in Victress. It's just like a deeper brownie nude shade. And then this one is Her Magic. I think the Propa Beauty lipsticks are a great formula. They're a little bit softer. So that's why my daughter was able to break them pretty easily. But I just, you know, I prefer more of a liquid lipstick or something that's not going to transfer as easily. And these transfer super easy. So that's why we're gonna declutter them. But that's gonna do it for this declutter. It's not a huge one. It's just, like I said, a few products that I knew I was going to get rid of and offer to friends and family. So I thought, why don't I just go ahead and film it and film what products I'm getting rid of. I am getting ready to do collection videos. And so I'm gonna go through my collection and show you what I have. But before I do that, these are the products that are getting rehomed. If you did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed before you go. That way I can see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.